Hello everybody, my name is Raccoon Bro, and welcome back to another reaction video. It is time for a death battle! And we are going to be seeing a battle of two of the most iconic swordsmen in video game history, Link from The Legend of Zelda versus Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII. And this has been one of my most requested matches forever. If you guys have seen any of my death battle reviews, you know it's been sort of a running joke that it's ridiculous how long they've been making us wait for this, and I'm happy to say it's finally here. I have always been a really big Legend of Zelda fan. It's probably my favorite video game franchise ever. So you'd think I would be rooting for Link. Well, here's the thing. My buddy Steve, who you may know as that little prankster Croat Cajun, who's always leaving a funny comment in most of my videos, he and I made a bet, and if Cloud wins, I get $5. And I think this largely comes down to what Death Battle buys. I'm probably going to wait until I, place my own, personal bet who I actually think is going to win until after the analyses play out. I'm a little surprised by how short this episode is, so I'm hoping that it's quality over quantity in this case. I really want this to be good. And it's being done by the SFM team in Blender. Please, man, I want this to be epic. With all that being said, let's get into the mayhem. Go!
Link, the courageous and determined hero of Hyrule.
Cloud Strife, sword-swinging, spiky-haired Sephiroth Slayer.
Each are powerful warriors in their own right, but in a fight...
Hyrule Warriors and Dissidia are crossover spin-offs and not congruent with either main series. Oh, no Dissidia. Interesting.
To the death. Which one will win?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
a death battle. That's a very big deal, actually.
In the land of Hyrule was a hero so great, even a goddess.
Breath of the Wild really is one of the greatest games of all time.
He fought for his people until his dying breath. Moreover, he was chosen to be reincarnated through time to continue defending against evil. This hero's name was Link.
Since Link's spirit had been reborn over and over, technically that means most Links are kind of the same guy. It's a real Link to the past. Which is probably why he's so skilled with tons of different weapons, like his Hylian shield, and of course, the Master Sword.
The Master Sword is no ordinary blade. Infused with sacred energy, it is evil's bane incarnate, capable of destroying magical barriers, dispelling curses, and slaying immortal monsters.
But nothing's more badass than its laser beams and skyward strike. He can even charge it with lightning. You like that, like?
Link's carried hammers, clubs, spears, even boomerangs, and his talent with a bow is second to none. He has fire, ice, and shock arrows, and his light arrows possess holy magic. But the ancient arrows instantly consign foes to oblivion, appearing to either transport them to another dimension or crush them into nothingness.
Wow.
And these souped-up weapons have come in handy. Link's had his fair share of tussles defending the world from foes like Ganon, VII, and Majora.
Link has survived rolling through lava and, while wearing the Golden Gauntlet or Titan's Mitts, been strong enough to lift stone weighing well over 10,000 tons.
And the Force Sword lets him split up into copies of himself. Talk about multitasking.
I wonder if we're going to get that in the
With the Ocarina of
animation.
Time, Link can summon storms, teleport across the land, and even travel through time with song.
But some of that
If we
doesn't
did
hold a
travel
candle
in
to the
this
Sheikah
matchup, I
Slate.
swear.
That thing can set remote bombs, move objects magnetically, and totally stop time for things.
Oh, I
And
can't
it
wait
can
to see the
summon his
Sheikah Slate
Master
in this.
Cycle Zero.
Motorcycles are all well and good, but
Can't wait
his
to see it.
sailcloth is certainly a more elegant way to move around.
So he's got a lot of cool stuff, but sometimes he's got to get sneaky about it. While he may be tough, Link can't always win fights with brute force.
His claw shots are perfect for maneuvering around the environment, and his magic cape can turn him invisible.
I can think of a lot of ways that would come in handy.
Well, let's see. Dummy.
Dummy?
Dummy.
Nice.
Got ya.
You know, Link's weapons are very effective against sassy robots.
Ooh, you can't see me coming now, can ya? Ha! Hey, why didn't you get hit?
Right, the magic cape also turns Link intangible.
Huh. Well, guess there's no punch line. Anyway, did you know Link's fast enough to roll away from BMOS lasers?
Yeah.
Which are actual light beams. They burn things, move in a straight line, and the guide says they're lasers, so there.
As you can see, Link can dodge this laser at the moment it's fired. Given the distance between the two and the time frame, he would have to be moving 2 feet in just under 2 billionths of a second. About 1/10 the speed of light.
Now
Oh,
that's
man.
a reason to say, "Excuse me, princess."
Oh,
'Cause
man.
if you didn't, no one would get out of the way in time.
One item Link has isn't simply a mere vehicle to increase his speed or strength.
The Triforce?
The Triforce
Yeah.
of Courage, a holy relic that offers mystic power to its bearer, including protection from transmutation.
He's only getting
He's
the
got some other
courage.
spells too, like for shielding and healing, and his fairy spell lets him literally just turn into a fairy. Oh, look at him. Gets all tiny and he can fly around. Get the fly swatter.
Link's also been granted magic by great fairies and spirits of past Hylian champions. Mipha's Grace can even revive him to full health after death.
And if all this wasn't enough for him to just trash his opponents, Link's known to carry around a snack
I
or
wonder-
two to help.
I wonder
him
if that'll
While
come
he
into play.
usually has a limited supply of magical energy, a single bottle of Chateau Romani gives him unlimited magic for 3 whole days.
That's nothing compared to his mask.
These masks not only change his physical form, but give him unique abilities, like how his Goron mask increases his strength.
He can even roll so fast he catches fire. But the fierce deity mask is the best. It basically transforms him into a dark god.
It has the merits of all masks, implying it has the powers of all the other masks. Interesting.
10 feet tall and 100% terrifying, with inhuman strength and the impossible Helix Sword.
Fierce deity Link could easily overpower Majora, who pulled the moon into the planet with enough force to destroy a continent and cause planet-wide destruction.
Well, sounds like he's got everything he needs to defend Hyrule. I mean, if you're chosen by a goddess, you gotta do what she says, right?
With the boy clad in green committed to the cause, Hyrule can breathe easy knowing it's defended by such a worthy champion.
Alright, Cloud.
On the planet Gaia,
your
run by the
turn.
Shinra conglomerate, one young man wanted to be a strong protector of others, just like his hero, Sephiroth, the elite member
Things are looking
of
pretty good for
Soldier.
Link so far.
This was Cloud Strife.
The troops of Soldier are awesome. They get badass paramilitary weapons and get to cast magic from materia.
Materia is a byproduct of the life stream, an energy source that runs through the world.
Green materia casts offensive spells, blue's for supportive spells, and yellow has commands. But red's the most powerful, because they can summon giant monsters. No wonder Cloud wanted to be a part of Soldier so bad. I'd want to too if I could have a giant dragon god as a pet.
This is Bahamut Fury, among the most powerful summons in Final Fantasy history.
This part
capable
confuses
of
me a little.
annihilating a moon, a feat worth over 140 exatons of TNT.
They don't normally bring out the calculations this early.
Cloud totally survived after he made it into the Soldier program without any problems whatsoever. Nope, none at all. Is this too much foreshadowing?
Cloud's time as a soldier mercenary was, well, it never happened. Despite his own memories saying otherwise, Cloud actually failed to join the program at all.
Alright, bear with me here. See, Cloud had a friend, a first-class soldier named Zack Fair. They went through a bunch of wacky adventures together, then got kidnapped by some weird cultists who injected them with alien DNA and Mako energy that supercharged them. It's a long story.
Time and time again, Zack came to Cloud's rescue, until one day, a rescue would be his final act.
But before he fell, he gifted Cloud his big old Buster Sword. Hey, what's a sword between bros? Especially when Zack had been there for Cloud so much in the past.
Like how Zack was the one who helped Cloud adjust to the fact that he had never become a member of Soldier.
Or how Cloud hadn't been the one who took the moon exploding either. That was Zack all along.
Cloud's own history had affected him so much that he unintentionally took Zack's as his own.
Jeez, sounds like he needs to do some heavy self-reflection.
Cloud struggled with confidence ever since he was rejected from the Soldier program. That, combined with the trauma from being kidnapped, experimented on, and watching his best friend die,
Jeez.
fractured his sense of self.
You know, Cloud not being who he said he
Poor
was
guy.
reminds me of someone, Wiz.
What are you talking about?
You know, like how you faked your identity to avoid paying all those student loans and Homeland Security is still looking for you and...
Hey, did you know, despite how the game works, Cloud can use materia without a weapon? Isn't that neat? Anyway, realizing his memories were faulty sparked
Yuffie states that materia only requires brainwaves to activate.
Cloud's journey of self-repair. Though he had failed to become part of Soldier, he probably shouldn't have, because he's been in many fights just as, if not more impressive than those of Zack's resume.
Remember that awesome dragon? He beat him!
Look at
Bahamut's
that.
super strong, but also fast enough to fly between planets in seconds. Hell, Cloud can even fly too!
I guess. More like he's able to jump hundreds of yards up and hang in the sky and lunge around. Yeah, it's basically
You
Yeah.
can also use spirit energy for super attacks called limit breaks, like the classic Omni Slash.
He's also worn several different types of gear over the years, but the one he's consistently kept is a certain ribbon which defends him from the majority of status effects, excluding time manipulation.
He's dodged bullets, lasers,
Interesting.
and electric attacks. He's casually sliced buildings in half, can cast literal nuclear explosions with his flare materia, and he even beat that handsome devil Sephiroth. I don't know how Sephi survived being impaled by a sword that's literally wider than he is,
Nope.
but Cloud got to kick his ass multiple times.
Even coming face to face with Sephiroth's ultimate attack, Supernova.
Along the way, Cloud also destroyed Shinra. That's one way to get back at the folks who refused to
They glossed over Supernova.
hire you. Oh, and he got an even cooler sword too.
The fusion
Get rid of that
sword.
sentimental Buster sword, Buster, because the fusion sword isn't here to play.
With the fusion sword came a new version of Cloud. One who'd worked hard to resolve his personal issues and overcame any foe, mental or physical, in his way.
So all that, on top of beating Sephiroth 3 whole times, proves Cloud puts up one hell of a fight.
Despite Cloud's frustrating start as a young man with unattainable dreams, he grew up to become far more than he could have imagined.
After saving the world more than once, Cloud Strife deserves the hype.
Stay where you belong. In my memories.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
I think that's Supernova. The fact they glossed over that. I think that's Cloud. That's gonna give Cloud the win. Probably. Cloud's probably got this.
It's time for a death battle!
Oh, I love it. They had both of the dancing scenes, like the commercial. I love how this fight starts. It's as if it's an actual RPG battle.
Oh, great.
Oh man, that's added. They didn't have his voice lines in the sneak peek. The lighting's already looking a lot better.
Excuse me?
That's really funny. Ooh. Oh, this looks sick. Whoa. Whoa. More swords, yeah! Oh man, there's so many awesome abilities being used. Oh. Look at that!
Oh no, you don't.
gotta put on a mask. Oh, this is awesome!
Now it's your chance.
I like that they use Mifa and Fierce Deity at the same time. Ah!
Let's mosey, asshole.
This is gonna be sick! Whoa! Oh, yes! That was awesome!
Nothing to it.
Woo!
KO! Guess Link thought it was time to split. Too soon? Yeah.
Link had an incredibly versatile arsenal available to him, given the abilities he had from his various weapons and masks.
And with stuff like the Sheikah Slate and Ocarina, the guy had so much to throw at Cloud that he could have easily gotten overwhelmed.
Even with that against him, Cloud could match much of Link's
Link could travel back in time to restart the fight with prior knowledge, however Cloud can use sense materia to gain insight. Okay.
arsenal with both his materia and superhuman ability. Link may have won a few fights with his time stop, but so would Cloud. For our purposes of determining who would win the most often, these essentially cancel each other out.
Right.
Link's Master Sword and Triforce
That
of
was really
Courage
cool.
helped him counter some of Cloud's materia. Like, he wasn't getting turned into a toad or anything, but Cloud's ribbon could do a lot of the same, especially against those fire, ice, and shock arrows.
Since both had multiple ways to counter each other's more
He couldn't maintain infinite magic. Cloud could siphon it. Interesting.
magic-based moves, and both had incredible healing spells, this really came down to their baser abilities.
Like how Link dodging lasers put him at a tenth the speed of light, but Cloud kept up with Bahamut, who flew between planets in 12 seconds.
Since this looks like Neptune, and considering Gaia is a stand-in for Earth, the distance between them would be 4.3 billion kilometers.
Yeah.
To travel that distance in 12 seconds means Bahamut Fury flew at least 1,200 times the speed of light.
So while Link was
That's a bit
smart,
faster
had
than a
more
tenth.
experience and has fought foes faster than him before, Cloud could literally run circles around him without him noticing.
Link's strength and power were nothing to scoff at, especially when scaled to Majora pulling the moon into a planet and destroying a continent. That would take an energy equivalent to over 60 exatons of TNT. However, Cloud was strong enough to endure similar attacks and return the favor in a devastating way.
Yep.
Like how he survived Sephiroth's supernova attack.
Guidebooks confirm that the supernova is a blast that
There are a few largely hypothetical cases of large dimensions being affected or altered by the Triforce, Demise, or Majora.
destroys dimensional space. Technically, it occurs in another dimension where the entire solar system is annihilated, with Cloud standing right there.
It sounds crazy, but this means he can literally survive a sun exploding in his face. I mean, it really messed him up, but still, it's a goddamn sun.
Yeah.
Link's never had to deal with something of that magnitude before.
The hero of Hyrule put up an admirable fight and could certainly win in a few different ways, but Cloud's speed, strength, and powerful limit breaks meant that, more often than not, his victory was assured.
Link tried Force, but against Cloud, he had no way out.
The winner is Cloud Strife.
Yeah. I am a Legend of Zelda fan till the day I die, but that was so good. Okay, I'm very.
That's the first half of our 10th
All right.
anniversary season.
What are
Death
they
Battle
going to
will
do?
return later this year,
Are they going to tease just one combatant or a bunch?
but in the meantime, check out the all-new DBX and the debates we're having over in the Death Battle cast. Thanks for watching.
Or is it just gonna be DBX? And next time. What? Please tell me no. Arkham Knight or Batman? I don't know. I'm sure someone will tell me later, but Yeah, baby, that was awesome. That was so good. I loved it. It was such an awesome visual upgrade. Like the amount the sheer magnitude of all the weapons being used and abilities, it was incredible. And I loved how he turned into a bunch of clones and they all kind of interacted with each other. They both like countered each other with different time stops and magic resistances. The environments looked amazing. I loved the use of the Song of Storms, the cape, and the death was really damn cool, and the whole thing felt like one entire RPG fight. Yeah, I mean, I have very little to complain about with this episode. I'm curious to see how it ranks with everything else. I'm sure I'll figure that out later. In the meantime, I'll figure out whatever that is. Thank you all so much for watching me. I hope you all liked the video as much as I did, and be sure to stay tuned for the next video. Take care.